of a group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. Find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office though. Argue equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race that you're supposed to be with?
Yo. This sister, hey, she's giving me pick me vibes. What do y'all think? What do you think? Like, she just spit a whole verse right there. Shout out to the Duke Calypso organ right about now. Yo, baby, marriage is steady plummeting. The rates, divorce rates at an all-time high. Definitely for black women, you know, marriage rates is at an all-time low. Like I said before, single motherhood is women, is other content creators out here who are actively advocating single motherhood and say you can be independent and do these things. It's crazy out here. And we wonder why things are steady plummeting. Marriage rates are steady plummeting. I don't even think a lot of women even want to be wives anymore. They just want to be mothers or have kids, just to have something almost like the kid is almost like a pet, you know what I'm saying? Or a rite of passage, so to speak. So she mentioned something where she started speaking about white women early on. And you talk about, well, white women get abused, this, that, and the third. I wouldn't put up with that mess. Black men only get with white women or marry white women because they can get over on them. Meanwhile, you and Pookie got a whole toxic relationship. A lot of women, you know, you go to college, you get educated to compete with the man. Meanwhile, white women tend to go to college to get a man or to network or to be able to be in certain spaces. As she said, the girls were on that video holding up their ring that their wifed up. Yo, it is so crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Did you know, and I'm gonna quote some studies here from sociologist and professor Philip Cohen from the University of Maryland. He did studies on this as well as written a few papers and books, that white women are twice as likely to be married by 30 than black women. Yo, it's crazy. There's a whole chart that goes back to the 20s that you guys are probably seeing on the screen right now. And as you can see on the screen, back in the 20s, and obviously when the black family unit was more intact, even though you might say this is post-slavery, pre-prohibition, pre-depression for some people, you can see that most black women were married at a 90% rate. They were almost neck and neck with white women, but you can see it decreasing over time as it goes into the 40s. You see what I'm saying? And now based off his study, based off Philip Cohen's study and the trends, and by 2020, 55% of 40-year-old black women had married. But you look at the white counterpart on the other half, 83% of white women by the age of 40 have married. That is crazy when you think about it. But I tend to think, guys, it's just all those things she listed in terms of adopting male behavior, more so, not being submissive, basically the competition, being disrespectful, really having no type of respect or admiration for the black man. Only time you can really get along with the black man is in bed. And it makes you wonder, how did all this come about? The black man is looked at as worthless, useless, as she said. The bashing goes on when white women don't really do that. White women know to get their coins. They know to be married. They're taught these things, and they're taught to be with a certain type of guy. You don't really see white women too often unless it's the gutter trash of them dealing with pookies. You know what I'm saying? But you'll take a successful black woman that's got a lot going for herself, and she'll deal with the bottom of the barrel. And then when it doesn't go how she would like it to go, she blames it on men. This is the craziest thing. There are college educated women with great jobs that tend to deal with the bottom of the barrel. And dudes, passport bros, I know they talk about this a lot. Why would I have, why if I'm a man, I'm a good guy, I love black women, I'm trying to get it together, why am I competing with Pookie for a woman? Because I'm looked at as corny? This is how a lot of black men think. So why don't I go overseas and find someone who appreciates the nice guy, for lack of a better term? Because it is frustrating, ladies that's listening, for black men that really want to marry black women, but it's just like, we just can't see eye to eye. There's a competition, there's a chip on the shoulder, there's me trying to love on you, but trauma, something's wrong with the black man, he needs to go through therapy, but I'm perfect. And we have a society right now that tells women that they're perfect and they really don't need therapy. Their trauma, everything comes from the man. The man causes all your trauma. He causes the dysfunction and all these things like that. So when you do have a good man that comes across and wants to love on you, you're like, I got too much baggage. I'm gonna sabotage the relationship, like a lot of women do. I'm gonna ghost them, call them corny, because I need that toxicity. I did a reaction on a woman that said this. I just couldn't deal with a good guy. I wanted that toxicity. I had to have it. I had to have it, because it's knowing what is a good man. You don't have an example of a good man other than when you watching movies and daytime dramas, if that. A lot of people just want to live in chaos. So the things that she said is spot on, and you have to reflect instead of someone saying, holding you accountable and saying, baby, you fucking up. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking up. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a wife at the end of the day? Or do you just prefer to be a baby mama or a side chick? Is really what it boils down to. And when somebody points out, you know, we in the United States, that is the majority, the white woman, and how she's doing, you'll always point out all the negative things and what she may be going through. There's a huge disparity when it comes to a lot of things in America. But marriage is something that you can really, ladies, if you wanted to, you could control, but you just feel like, I have to compete, I have to have the upper hand. I can't let this man, basically, I can't let him feel like he's over me. And it's sad. For the longest, they were saying 3 out of 4 black women will never be married. So, you know, as opposed to the chart here that Cohen wrote, that really had a lot to do with having children as well. So with that being said, man, I think black women that really want to be married, and it shouldn't take you to get into your 40s till you realize this. Those that know early on, ladies, find out who you are. Find out what it is you want to do. Find out about what men want. And that's kind of like what my channel I'm trying to do. What men need, what men are looking for from you. What's your role? And also, you should be knowing what his role is as a husband, because a lot of women don't know that either. You know, you're just comparing it to things on television or what you think a dude should do. There's so many women that's taking care of men, it's ridiculous. Because once again, they have that power, that leverage over a man. Ladies, this is wrong. This is wrong. The dynamic of man and woman, protector, provider, sustainer of the family, is placed, or you're trying to absorb all of that and be that matriarch of the household, and he's under you, and he a lot of times doesn't have the balls to be the man he's supposed to be. So know what a man is first, know what a husband is first before you get married, and ask yourself, am I ready to be a wife? and work on those things. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this video. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen. It's your favorite everything, Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth.